Hello everybody, this is Tirgaya, and I'm here to talk to you about Destiny 2's beta and give you a quick review. So, let's get straight into it. Well, actually, before we do, if you don't mind, I'd like to remind you that you can follow me on Twitter and on Twitch if you want to keep up with what I'm doing. I'm going to be streaming a lot of Destiny 2's beta while it's on, both on PC and on Xbox. On PS4 and on Xbox. Now, let's get right back into the game here. So, is it good? Hell yeah, it's great. In this video, I'm going to criticize Destiny 2 a lot, but I definitely think it's a good game. I'm criticizing because I hope to improve the game, especially since I expect to spend at least as many hours in Destiny 2 as I did in Destiny, over 2,100 last I checked. I want it to be the best, most replayable version of itself it can be. That said, even if they change nothing, I'll still be playing and enjoying the game. If you liked Destiny, you're going to like Destiny 2 even more. How does it feel? Feels good mostly. I'll get to that. What is there to do? Well, you have this homecoming story mission, which you can play once per character. That's what you're watching up on screen right now. You also have the Inverted Spire Strike, which you've already seen people playing. In PvP, you have two modes. Quick Play, which features the control game type on the Endless Vale map, and Competitive, which features the Countdown game type on the Midtown map. That's it. Yeah, that's it. One thing you can do is start the strike and go the wrong way. And just like Destiny 1, you can access some of what I think is the patrol zone of Nessus. I'm not including video of that or talking about it because I think it's fun to explore. There are videos around the net, and I will cover it later. How is the gunplay? Well, number one, it feels like a Bungie game. Best console gameplay, period. Hitboxes feel tighter, but you definitely have to aim more. And that's good, actually. A little bit less aim assist. That said, the gameplay and the background is also a test of a third-party controller, and the thumbsticks on that controller were bad. Not that I'm an ace shot, but it affected the gameplay. I switched back to a standard PS4 controller, but forgot to take footage of that. Point is, aiming is harder, but not as hard as it seems in this video. I'll do a separate review of the controller. Right now, back to Destiny. What do you think of the guns? Well, primary and engineering weapons feel crisp, but weak. When I say they feel crisp, I mean it feels like they're doing what you ask, hitting where you aim, and that there's an immediacy to that response. When I say they feel weak, it really feels like you're plugging away at things for far too long. In PvP, it felt good. The time to kill seems longer than Destiny 1, but that allows for good gunplay. PvP was fun and felt reasonably balanced. PvE is another matter. Even adds feel bullet spongy in PvE. Even a hand cannon can't reliably one-shot a tier 1 red bar ad. This is exacerbated because all you have is primary weapons or primaries with elemental damage. Actually, that understates it to a Destiny 1 player, because Destiny 1 heavy weapons feel much stronger than power weapons do, especially all the special weapon types that were moved in Destiny 2 to the power weapon slot. In Destiny 1, when a fusion rifle took 3 or 4 bursts to kill a major Minotaur, that was okay. It was just special ammo. When it uses your precious heavy ammo to the same effect, feels bad. I think they should double the damage power weapons do in PvE. Ammo was also an issue for power weapons, doubly so given how weak they are. If they double the amount of damage like I just suggested, then 10% more ammo would be fine. A lot of other streamers and YouTubers are calling for a lot more power ammo, like double the power ammo. But I think that will make them feel less special if you're shooting them all the time to make up for their weakness. So I'd rather see them increase the strength of the weapons and just tweak the amount of ammo you get. What about abilities? First off, I've only played Warlock as of when I'm writing and reading this to you. That said, it takes too long to cool down all abilities. Players typically get 0 or 1 super in a full PvP match. I said 0. Look at the power bar right now on screen. That feels bad. Maybe there's some system in the full game that does what Intellect, Discipline, Strength did in Destiny 1, getting your recharges up faster, that we can't see yet. I kind of doubt it. They made a point of wanting to equalize that. So they probably need to speed up cooldowns for all abilities, I think about 15%. In PvP, the power of your abilities is pretty good. Speeding up the cooldowns a bit should be just fine. PvE is another matter. Supers in particular feel weak. I sent a Nova into a group of Cabal on the strike and only killed the tier 1 ads. The Major was just standing in it looking at me like, what? Grenades feel sort of useless. I'd like to see PvE ability damage at least doubled. Also, abilities take too long to use. By this I'm referring to the animation. I think Bungie should speed up those about 15%. It's a tweak. Right now it doesn't feel fluid or like you have positive control. A little faster animation should remedy that. Not so bad when you're talking about grenades or melees, but those secondary abilities, so the rifts or the shield that the Titan puts up, those feel a little slow. And I want to emphasize, I'm not talking about the cooldown, I'm talking about the animation. I think the cooldown should be faster, but I mean to say two separate things. The last thing I want to talk about is your statistics. You may have heard they got rid of Intellect, Discipline, and Strength. Your cooldown time is your cooldown time. You can't modify it. What's left is Mobility, Recovery, and Resilience, which are almost exactly equivalent to Destiny 1's Agility, Recovery, and Armor. One of the weaknesses of Destiny 1 is that agility almost never mattered. People only spec'd into agility when doing fiddly jumps or exploring. Bad news, it's pretty much the same in Destiny 2 with mobility. Actually, it's worse. Mobility doesn't matter at all, and recovery and resilience don't have as much effect as they did in Destiny 1. Holtzman did a video that showed a 0.9 second difference in recovery. 0.9 seconds doesn't sound like much, but it's an eternity. I'll link his video below. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for me in this quick review. I want to thank you for watching. I really hope that you were helped by this, that you can think more about whether or not you want to play the beta or play the game. I hope you play the beta, whether or not you're PS4, Xbox, or PC. It's a great game, and I think you should play it. So I hope to see you Starside Guardians. Until next time.